Hello friends, I am Dr. Amit Gangwal, Associate Professor at SVKM's Institute of Pharmacy, Dhule. This is our another video in ongoing series of videos regarding the early fruits or success of AI-driven drug discovery from corporate point of views. So already we have discussed about success tested by Accenture, Intel, Microsoft, and in silico medicine. Now we will talk about few more major names which are creating waves in the world regarding their AI platforms for drug discovery and applications of AI in clinical trials and allied streams. Today we will talk about Benevolent AI, Cyclica, AI Cure, Recursion, Helix, BenchSci, and IBM. We will take only one or two examples of what they are doing, how they are changing the equations, how they are changing the dimensions of AI, dimensions of classical drug discovery by heavy incorporations of AI and machine learning or deep learning system. So here I go without much formalities. Informations in this video has been taken from respective websites. Infographics, logos, content has been taken from these respective websites. We don't have any claim whatsoever on these intellectual property rights of respective experts and organizations. We are thankful to these organizations for creating such type of wonderful content and infographics and images which I have used in this video. So I'm thankful to these organizations and their expert and intelligent teams. Before we go ahead, let us have a look on some drug candidates or drug-like molecule which successfully qualified for clinical trial after successfully passing the stringent preclinical or animal studies, and now they are in different phases of clinical trials, which is an important criteria for hitting the market. Until that, drug cannot see the prescription. So the first compound is DSP 1181 by Accenture with in collaboration with Sumitomo Denipon Pharma. Another two molecules of the same pharma company is EXS21546 DSP0038, and MIT has developed got a molecule from the database, and the name has been given to it by the team of researchers is Helicine. This molecule is under investigation for as a treatment for treatment of bacterial infection. Very rare breakthrough has been achieved by this institute, because as per the claim in their research article, they have told that this is like semi-repurposed drug molecule from the database, and it has shown very different type of mechanism of action, and it is effective in vitro against the some of the most notorious microorganisms for which there is no drug molecule right now in the world. So these are another few examples from companies I have mentioned earlier. Say for example, DDR1, a kinase target involved in fibrosis, has been developed in less than 21 days by in silico medicine, and another few examples are also highlighted in this section. So quite few examples are in clinical trial phases. So it is not a fancy, or it is not a sci-fi movie that AI is now or it will be used. AI is very much in our routine practice, and not many examples can be quoted here for applications of AI in routine or daily life. And fortunately, now for the betterment of mankind, various pharma, tech, and AI company utilizing the caliber or the capability of AI for discovering new drug molecule or finding off-label uses, or the the different indication of the same drug molecule but for different diseases. That is called off-label use. So Novartis is currently using machine learning to classify digital images of cells after treatment with different type of experimental compound. So the machine learning algorithms collect and group compounds that have similar effects together before passing on the clean data to researchers. So during clinical trial, we have to give drugs to the drug-like molecule to the patients and healthy volunteers. Then we have to collect various samples and we have to study samples. So, for example, we have to study the uh, cell type or cell images. Then machine learning will club together or cluster the similar type of result or dissimilar in another group. This is called unsupervised clustering type of machine learning task. It can be done easily after training. So this is the use of, machine learning algorithm which is being used by Novartis in clinical trial after testing the drug-like molecule. With 9 out of 10 potential medications never reaching market, AI brings welcomed insight to the challenges of drug research. For example, Genentech, a member of Roche Group, has announced it is collaborating with Cambridge-based GNS Healthcare. The partnership will focus on finding new drug candidates. Another instance is UK-based Rosalind Franklin Institute has invested around £6 million in drug discovery projects. The research will focus in using disruptive technologies like AI, definitely, to find new drugs and other treatments. Last year, pharma giant and even healthcare, FMCG giant, consumer giant GSK and Accenture partnered up in £33 million project to discover drug promising molecules using Accenture's AI platform, for example, Centure platform. Pfizer and IBM partner to use the IBM Watson AI platform to, to accelerate drug discovery for immuno-oncology treatments. Instead of 200 or 300 articles that a human researchers could review in 1 year, though it is also a difficult task, Watson for drug discovery has combed over 25 million Medline article abstracts and 1 million medical journal articles in the hopes of finding better treatments for cancer patients. IBM Watson is an AI machine learning tool, basically works on the basis of deep learning and natural language processing. It can give you data in quick time, unlike human experts. AI's ability to reduce drug development time is already starting to be realized, as I told you. Novartis, for example, used the technology to combine clinical trial data from a variety of internal sources to predict and monitor trial enrollment, cost, and quality. As a result, what is the effect benefit? The company has reported a 10 to 15% reduction in patient enrollment times in pilot trials. We all know clinical trial is a very major challenge because of inherent or inbuilt issues. Like one issue is difficulty in timely enrollment of healthy volunteers and patients. Novartis and Intel in another collaboration are working together to accelerate screening of cellular phenotypes, an early crucial step in the process of drug discovery. Novartis use AI-based technology to develop better drug improvements and find faster ways to treat diseases. So let me tell you here one thing: AstraZeneca, GSK, Roche, Novartis, Glaxo, Johnson and Johnson, they are some of the earlier names which started accepting the importance and the power of AI. So they are full-fledgedly incorporating AI in their various studies, particularly in clinical trial and drug discovery as well. So Novartis is currently using AI to collect and group body compounds before experts use it for further insights. The research teams at Novartis use perceptive images using machine learning to accurately predict whether or not untested compounds are worth testing. See how to save the time. This is the beauty of AI. Using computer is far better when it comes to determining a range of data sets to create new drugs. AI has assisted AI Cure, a company, to create an image recognition platform that prevents the need to measure drug adherence. It is basically doing this company AI Cure is doing wonderful for automating the clinical trial. They have built an amazing facial recognition software that helps track the effects of various medication when used by patient. According to recent research, using artificial intelligence has drastically enhanced adherence in schizophrenic patients. Clearly, AI-powered techniques can speed up drug development while reducing cost and risk. So if you visit the website of this company, you will find very beautiful explanations along with images of patients in a demo manner, how adherence is being monitored regarding daily reporting of the clinical trial subject, whether they have taken medicine or not. So through various AI tools, they are capturing the photos and remotely submitting to the monitoring team. So there is no need to visit patient, I mean the setup of doctor to record regarding daily monitoring of the clinical trial enrolled patient. Another interesting story is of Roche Pharma and Linguamatics. One of Linguamatics case studies stated that their I2E software helped Roche Pharma and early development more efficiently discover new drugs. They allowed medical chemists at Roche to search through both internal and external databases for data regarding the relationship between certain chemical compounds and their target disease to treat. The case study also stated that Linguamatics was able to assist Roche Pharma advance their own AI platform. Roche named this platform Artemis, and it led them to search for chemical and pharmacological terms efficiently. And to surprise C, Roche Pharma saved $10,000 per search based on an equal full-time cost of 2 lakh per year in terms of dollar. This is the image I have taken from internet, how the case study, it is successful. See, what was the situation? What is the problem? Roche medical chemists were spending too long querying the ever increasing flood of journal articles, patents, and other sources as they explored compound, target, disease relationship. A typical search might take 2 weeks, and Roche wanted to see if chemically aware text mining could speed the process to enable more rapid and better informed scientific decision making. In a nutshell, Roche team was engaged in finding some relationship between receptor and target and decision genes. They were doing great, but it was taking too much time. So Roche was searching for alternate smart solution. So Roche developed the Artemis system based on the Linguamatics I2E text mining solution, augmented with Chemaxon's chemical annotation and named to structure tools to extract and organize compound target disease relationship. What about success? Medicinal chemists at Roche used the Artemis system to ask compound target or disease-centric questions of external and internal data sources. They can explore the augmented hit set to see, for example, which target it is important now. For example, which target play a role in a specific disease, filter out unwanted compounds, and look at chemical diversity. Typical search times have been cut from around 2 weeks to a few hours, representing a 40-fold increase in speed. See the importance. Another example is of Verge Genomics. It develops drugs by automating their discovery process. They use automated data gathering and analysis to create solutions to some of the most complex diseases known today, including ALS and Alzheimer's. Using the same technology that power Google search engine, Verge has discovered ways to map out the hundreds of genes or targets responsible for causing disease and then finding drugs that target them all at once. In simple words, let me explain you. For example, if they have to go for treatment for Alzheimer's, then they will try each and every possible directly indirectly involved genes in causing this disease. Then they will found the way to drug those targets in a ranked manner. Their platform is specifically designed for neurological diseases and can predict the effect of new treatments while also reducing the cost of drug development. So another example is a tie between Bayer and Merck. They were granted the breakthrough device designation from the FDA, the US FDA, for AI software that aims to support clinical decision making of chronic thromboembolic pulmonary hypertension. So what it does, this form of pulmonary hypertension affects around 5 people per million per year around the world. Its symptoms are similar to conditions like asthma, COPD, meaning it can be tricky to accurately diagnose the patient. The aim of this medical device or software approved by US FDA is to help radiologists detect certain pattern faster who are often on the front line for identifying CTE-PH patient. The AI would analyze image findings from cardiac, lung perfusion, and pulmonary vessels in combination with the patient's clinical history, and then pass the insight to the radiologist leveraging the technology. Both Bayer and Merck note that development of their CTE-PH pattern recognition AI software remains complex due to the nature of the disease they are attempting to better diagnose. However, should it prove successful, the tool will eventually be able to assist in diagnosing patient earlier and more reliably, leading to their earlier treatment and better patient outcome. So we all know it is initial technical hiccups, but definitely both these giant will overcome this issue, and they will definitely go for launching this in a successful manner. So AI in pharmacology can also be used to find cures for known diseases such as Parkinson's disease and Alzheimer's disease, as well as rare disorders. This is great news considering the fact that 95% of rare diseases do not have a single FDA approved treatment according to Global Genes. So great news in terms of AI has the potential to search novel targets and novel drug molecule, an entirely novel approach for addressing the menace of these disorders, because we all know the life is become very miserable for the victims of Alzheimer's disease and Parkinson's disease and other type of neurodegenerative disorders. So what is the problem? Traditionally, pharmaceutical companies don't focus their efforts on treatment for rare diseases because a lot of time is involved, energy is involved, and different approaches are to be ensured. But return is less, or their successful innovation will be very, very costly. It will be cost hindrance for them. Another very intelligent company is Hilex. It is a promising startup focused on accelerating treatments for rare diseases, and AI is at the center of their operation. The AI platform HealNet, their AI platform is HealNet. It enables scientists to increase production in disease drug discovery while simultaneously reducing time, cost, and risk. These are the major things we have to minimize in classical drug discovery. What are these three things? Time, cost, and risk. The company is not directly focused on creating new drugs to cure disease. Instead, they use AI technology, AI platform to examine existing drugs and repurpose them for curing rare disorder. As I told you, repositioning or repurposing means to find the new use, new indication, or off-label indication of already FDA approved drug in the market, but that is for different disorder. How beautiful it is. In minimum efforts get maximum just by finding the new use of available blockbuster drug molecule in the market. HealNet uses machine learning techniques to access data from a range of sources, including scientific literature for patents, clinical trial, disease symptoms, drug target, databases like DrugBank, PubChem, Zinc15, Chembale, or others for that matter. Cyclica is a biotechnology company that combines biophysics and AI to discover drugs faster, safer, and cheaper. They have partnered with Bayer to create an AI augmented integrated network of cloud-based technologies known as Ligand Express. The Ligand Express screens small molecule drugs against repositories of structurally characterized protein to determine polypharmacological profiles. They are investigating whether a drug can bind to various receptors or a same receptor is involved in more than one disorders, or how these receptors or genes are interrelated. From here, the company identifies significant protein targets and then they use AI to determine the drug's effect on this target. Finally, the AI produces the visual output of how the drug and proteins behave or interact. By understanding how small molecule drugs interact with all proteins in the body, Ligand Express can produce the best solution, understand potential side effects, and determine new uses of the existing drugs. So we all know, the off-target interaction of the ligand may lead to some benefit, that is repurposing for another indication or some side effect. So as per the recent post on this LinkedIn page of Cyclica, that is before 2 days, what they are mentioning that The company has developed a methodology to discover repurposing candidates in collaboration with scientists from Ryerson University, University of Toronto, and the Vector Institute. What is the discovery? The discovery demonstrated the success of the approach that the non-small cell lung cancer drug capecitabine possesses pan-coronavirus antiviral activity in several cell models. So, non-small cell lung cancer drug capecitabine, they identified that it can be repurposed to treat or further investigate various types of activity against entire pan-coronavirus antiviral activity. You can read the entire article in Scientific Reports. Link is given on their recently added page on, recently added activity on their page on LinkedIn. This is the full scale paper on Scientific Reports, a prestigious journal of nature. Very beautifully they have explained. The next is IBM. During the time of Corona, the feature is launched by IBM on their website. In 4 stages, you can jump to the drug-like molecule or drug candidate for treatment of Corona. How? As per their claim on the website, through their AI platform, how you can narrow down the search for a treatment for coronavirus. First stage is select a biological target and filter generated molecules by important characteristics. What they are telling, out of 10,000 AI generated potential candidates for a specific COVID-19 target, we all know there are generally 3 targets for treating corona patient. 3 receptors are there, 3 protein types are identified. The top 10 candidates are selected. You see, it will give you top 10 based on different physiochemical parameters, features or descriptors like Lipinski's parameter and so and so. The top 10 candidates are selected and ranked using a specific filtering criteria on an attribute of interest. The molecules are displayed along with a list of attributes. See, they will not only give you a list of top 10 molecules, they will tell the reason why they are top 10. So you see, just on a click, you are getting the drug-like molecule. What else you need? So I'm telling repeatedly, drug discovery will reduce down to only 5-6 rooms in 10 to 15 years in pharma company. Few room for keeping quantum computers, few rooms for synthetic chemistry laboratory, and few room for pharmacology laboratory. That's it. And you no need to go for extensive preclinical or clinical studies, but it will take time. In 10 to 15 years, things will change entirely. So molecules are displayed along with a list of attributes. These top candidates can be further filtered and sorted with additional criteria to select the most promising molecules. Stage 2, view related molecules. After coming down to, say for example, 5 top molecule from top 10,000, you can find the related molecules in various databases based on similarity. Let me read here. The top 10 AI generated candidates can also be displayed in an interactive visualization along with other generated molecules from the same COVID-19 and PubChem databases. Hovering over each molecule, just take your cursor or mouse on each molecule. It will display its molecular structure and relevant physical descriptors. The visualization captures intermolecular similarity in the space defined by a set of selected attributes. You will choose from the drop down. It will give you attributes why they are similar. See the beauty. Very, very interesting. Through different combinations of relevant attributes, the molecular landscape can be explored in a variety of configurations. Users can also import additional molecules of their own by using PubChem ID or SMILES string and project those imported molecules in this molecular landscape. So out of 10,000 molecule, you found only top 10 molecule. Then you can compare in a molecular space using your mouse click. You can compare with similar molecule on PubChem or other database, or you can import your own from your desktop. Then you can enjoy. You can see various panoramic view on the molecular space. Then see relationship among molecule. One can select an individual AI generated top ranked molecule and the tool maps its structural relationship to similar molecules with other generated molecules and molecules in PubChem. The 5 closest neighbors of the selected molecules along with their structure and attributes are displayed. Remember, we have discussed earlier one of the algorithm is k nearest neighbor. Means you will keep a data point based on their nearest neighbor. This is the feature of k nearest neighbor. The most common substructure in the selected neighborhood is also shown. Smile string. This is the way to represent chemical structures because machine cannot read the molecule. Smile is simplified molecular input line entry system. Smile string attributes and the intermolecular relationship of the top 10 AI generated molecules along with their closest neighbors in the pool of generated molecule and or in PubChem can be exported in .csv file, that is comma separated value file, in order to facilitate further exploration and characterization of AI generated molecules for potential COVID-19 therapeutics. There are few AI startup and AI platforms which can tell you what is the probable retrosynthesis pathway for this de novo generated drug like molecule that can also be automated. One such company is Molecule.one. It gives you ready to use procedures how to make the drug like molecule in a retrosynthesis manner. What are the reactants? Everything will be given by it. Now IBM research has been vigorously, already we have seen, it has been rigorously developing robust AI generative framework which can handle challenges associated with routine AI research for drug discovery. A particular area of focus has been the development of efficient algorithms that can impose multiple controls on the generation process to yield desired outcomes. So, as I told you few minutes back, given the urgency of the ongoing coronavirus pandemics, IBM has applied their innovative patented methodology to generate novel small molecules that could be potential COVID-19 drug candidates. IBM has generated novel small molecule drug candidates that bind to one of the three relevant SARS-CoV-2 target proteins, that is SARS-CoV-2 main protease, then NSP9 replicas and receptor binding domain of SARS-CoV-2 S protein. These are 7 complementary modules that mirror researchers' process. These are the patented policies of world famous IBM Watson tool. IBM Watson is a very intelligent tool designed, developed and conceptualized and patented by world famous IBM company, and this IBM Watson has done tremendous, it has created waves how it can be used for drug discovery in a easier manner. So you can see details on the website of IBM, or you can also see from this video very beautifully they have explained, and I have also explained these seven functions. I mean 7 type of applications can be done using IBM Watson for basically for clinical trial, I mean for drug discovery. Another company is Benevolent AI. It aims to reinvent drug discovery by using deep learning and natural language processing to comprehend and investigate huge quantities of bioscience information, that is patents, genomic data, and more than 10,000 publications uploaded almost on daily basis across all biomedical journals and databases. According to Jackie Hunter, CEO of the company, the life sciences arm of London's Benevolent AI, humans alone cannot process all this information to advance scientific research. How it is possible? You see, more than 10,000 publications uploaded daily across the biomedical journals only. How humans can keep pace with those publications? Benevolent Bio's deep learning software, empowered by the NVIDIA's DGX-A AI supercomputer, it ingests and it accepts, absorbs, and examines the dataset to find connections and suggest drug candidates. Companies' in-house experts also uses deep learning to make molecules with properties that are likely to be effective against specific diseases, such as new molecule for neurodegenerative disorders, but without any adverse cardiac or liver or other side effect. Benevolent Bio has identified 2 drugs for amyotrophic lateral sclerosis using this AI only. Recently, AstraZeneca has added a novel target for idiopathic pulmonary fibrosis to its portfolio. Already we know that for similar disorder in Australia, recently clinical trial has been started by in silico medicine for the same type of indication. So using Benevolent AI's AI platform, AstraZeneca got success in finding novel target for idiopathic pulmonary fibrosis, for which there is no sure shot treatment in this world right now. According to Annie Phelan, Chief Scientific Officer of Benevolent AI, the cause of IPF is largely unknown, and the exact mechanism involved in the progression of IPF remains elusive. Looking at this scenario, this is the major breakthrough from combined efforts of AstraZeneca and Benevolent AI. The collaboration between these two started in 2019 and is focused on uncovering or discovering potential new treatments for IPF, that is idiopathic pulmonary fibrosis, and chronic kidney disorder. So using AI tool, they got success in both these their targets. Benevolent's AI-driven drug discovery platform, that is Benevolent AI platform, it mines and examines huge amount of biomedical information and did recommend every and discover previously unknown relationship in a more operative way. The system can possibly increase the speed at which therapies are developed by, for instance, identifying molecules which have been proved futile in previous clinical investigation and predicting whether these therapies could work for other disorders or not. So after searching novel chronic kidney disease target, this is the second target from the partnership between these two organizations. Another is Recursion's. Recursion's business model involves turning a biological problem into a machine learning problem. Using a multidisciplinary team involving software engineers, data scientists, and biologists. The technology stack they use is planned to minimize the gaps in workflow and procedure between data science and software engineering while leveraging AI to see subtle changes in cell features that humans may miss. Another company is BenchSci. It is one among many examples to show power of AI in drug discovery. According to information shared on the company's website, we have taught a computer to read and think like a biologist. The solution used advances in deep learning to teach a computer how to read and think like a PhD biologist. They are basically doing wonderful in terms of antibody research using AI platform. Antibody selection was the first problem we solved. This is given on their website. I have taken as such from the website. It helps scientists select the right antibodies faster, reducing experimental failure. How? First, we collect relevant open and closed access scientific papers and reagent catalogs. Second, we extract relevant data points from them with proprietary machine learning models. Third, we build a relationship between the data points with proprietary bioinformatics ontologies. Finally, we make the results searchable in an easy to use interface. We power research at the world's biggest institutions. They are having tie-up with lot many institutes in the world. The response to AI assisted antibody selection exceeded our loftiest ambition. Within 2 to 3 years, more than 3,600 research institutions and 15 of the top 20 pharma companies using the product of BenchSci, AI platform designed by BenchSci. More than 31,000 scientists began relying on BenchSci for their experiments. Based on this response and the impact of our work, we earned the trust of investors. This includes Gradient Ventures and Google's AI fund. So in less than 3 years, they got funding from top investors like Gradient Ventures and Google as well. So this is the power of AI. So with this, we finish this video describing how various companies incorporating AI in various operations of drug discovery, either solo or in some sort of agreement. Thank you very much.